Welcome back to this special program on PAIGHAM Pakistan, the counter narrative against terrorism and extremism that finally we saw in this country. And we are resuming the discussion where we left, but in the meantime, there has been a little bit of change in the panel. Two of our guests had to leave, and now we have with us two very important guests. I have with me Muhtarma Romina Khurshid Alam Sahiba, who is an MNA of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being part of the program. She has been here and she has been participating in the program very patiently. And second guest who has joined us is Professor Ahmed Yusuf Al-Darwesh, who is the president of International Islamic University. Thank you very much, sir, for your time as well. So I have to start with Romina Sahiba and I have to ask her. There was a question in the previous segment regarding the role of politicians, how PAIGHAM Pakistan is going to be operationalized in the Parliament of Pakistan, and why did it take us 17 years to come up with a document of this sort?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me on this opportunity over here, to providing me the opportunity. And then I want to really congratulate all whoever is listening through your program about the PAIGHAM Pakistan's first anniversary. As you talk about the role of the parliamentarians or what took so long, well, I believe it's never too late to start back, but I believe it was not happened in the previous years. As far now, the things are getting a bit different, but I believe, as I said, it's never too late. It's a good one. It's a very good and great initiative, and of course the political will was there and is there and will be there. It is a very much need and niche of the time where this very important document came, and I want to tell you over here that it was being properly discussed among the parliamentarians. And as if I talk about myself, I am really thankful to God, and I feel honored as well that I've been throughout the part of this prestigious program. And it's very important. And then, yes, we have discussed very much in the parliament, in the groups of parliament, and across the parties. And after that, it comes in last time, like the ex-president of Pakistan, Mr. Mamnoon Hussain, so who was the one with his all will. And then, of course, this prestigious institute that they are also the part. So I think there is always a need. And now it's a time how we're going to implement on the side of implementation, where again there is another big improvement which comes over here. And I really want to put a light on it, that now it's more, there's a center of peace and on PAIGHAM Pakistan, which is also going to be operational in this institute.
Okay, and how soon?
It is started.
It is operational at this moment.
And I've been notified in that, so that's why I'm more happy.
While you're talking about implementation, word implementation is important, but this is essentially a theoretical document, and it has to be operationalized. How exactly do you think it is going to be operationalized in the country? Are you going to make it part of the curriculum of the country? Are you going to actually issue some kind of directive to the mosque to actually convey it to the people? What exactly is the mechanism here?
Okay, first of all, one thing which I was listening to in this panel, that it was, as we were talking about the PAIGHAM Pakistan, so I want to tell everyone that through this program as well, and through my voice, that this program is not only for majority, this is for all Pakistanis. All Pakistan stands for the non-Muslim as well, so it is the program which put the proper light in the light of Misaq-e Medina, and in which, if we talk about the fatwa, if we talk about the right of every Pakistani, how Islam is giving the right to everyone, how freely. So I believe that is a very beautiful thing which come across, and in which the most important thing that people from all religions, as we have already the previous in comments it mentioned. But one thing else, if we talk about the implementation side, I wanted to tell you that in the previous months, we've been to the different universities, different colleges, to the madrasas, and over there we try to engage more with the people, and we try to engage more towards the youth, because I believe the youth is the important component in which we wanted to, we want not only to tell them, we want to listen
That
from
is
their
very
side.
important. That is
Yes,
very important.
yes.
But you have to talk about mechanisms to do that.
Mechanism I'm going to tell. So in that, that one thing which, as I mentioned, that this the operational side which we have already become, that the center which we are talking about, one is that, and then to engage with the government side as well as towards the opposition side. So from all parties, we have to take moreover the people who are going to become the more ambassador for this program, and as well as people from the civil society and from the academia, and through the curriculum, as you've mentioned already, and Mr. Masoom was sitting over here, he also put. So we are trying that this thing should come into the curriculum, because it is very much important that this thing should come in the uniformity sort of a way. So that is going to be the first step, and then not only that, we are trying to engage moreover the media as well.
Right. Let me now go to Professor Ahmed Yusuf Al Darwish. And the first question to you, sir, is why did International Islamic University take the initiative of PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan, sir?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين ثم أما بعد أولا أشكركم على هذا اللقاء الطيب المبارك وهذا الاهتمام برسالة باكستان أو بيغام باكستان. ولا شك أن رسالة باكستان هي رسالة الإسلام أولا، يجب أن تسمى هذه الرسالة هي رسالة الإسلام ومنهج الإسلام الصحيح الذي يغرس مبادئ الوحدة والاعتصام بحبل الله جميعا، وأيضا يحارب الغلو والتطرف، ويزرع في أبنائنا وبناتنا الشباب روح الوطنية وروح العمل الجماعي، ويحقق بينهم وبين أفراد المجتمع الأمن المجتمعي. فحقيقة من منطلق رسالة الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية لها رسالتها هي نشر العلم الشرعي الصحيح المستمد من الكتاب والسنة. فمن هنا لا بد أن تكون لها دور كبير، ليس فقط على المستوى المحلي أو الإقليمي، بل على المستوى الإسلامي والعالمي. انطلقت هذه الرسالة من رسالة باكستان، من رسالة الجامعة. رسالة الجامعة رسالة إسلامية، رسالة تنشر العلم الشرعي الصحيح بغض النظر عن المتلقين من أي فئة من أي طائفة. هي لها منهج، لها هدف. الجامعة من هنا نجد أن من الواجب عليها وعلى علمائها وعلى أساتذتها أن يعتنوا بإخراج نموذج في هذا الوقت الذي كثرت فيه الفتن، كثرت فيه النزاعات، أيضا طغى فيه الإرهاب. خرجت جماعات كجماعة داعش، جماعات القاعدة إلى غير ذلك من الجماعات التي تسمى بالإسلام، وفي الواقع أن أعمال هذه الجماعات وهذه الفئات ومخالف للإسلام، لأن الإسلام دين محبة، دين تعايش، دين سماحة، دين وسطية، دين اعتدال. ونحن نحن أبناء هذه الأمة خير أمة أخرجت للناس. فإذا كنا خير أمة، إذن يجب علينا أن نطبق السلم والسلام والعدل والأمن والأمان، أن ننبذ الغلو، التطرف، أن نعلم هذا لأبنائنا وبناتنا من الطلاب والطالبات. إذن لابد أن تسعى هذه الجامعة إلى عمل مؤصل تنشر فيه مبادئ الإسلام الصحيح. ومن ثم أتت فكرة هذه الرسالة بالتعاون بين عدد من الجهات المعنية، وأيضا إخواننا وزملائنا في مجمع البحوث الإسلامية وعلى في مقدمتهم فضيلة الأستاذ الدكتور الشيخ محمد ضياء الحق ومعالي راعي الجامعة، وبالتعاون مع الجهات المعنية في الدولة بدأت هذه الفكرة ودعمت وأقيمت لها الندوات والمؤتمرات، ولاقت قبولا ليس فقط على المستوى المحلي والإقليمي إنما على المستوى الإسلامي والعالمي، لأنها كما قلت هي جزء من رسالة الإسلام. إذن أنا أقول إنه الجامعة الإسلامية تبنت هذه الرسالة لأنها جزء من رسالتها، جزء من رسالتها التي هي نشر المحبة والمودة، لأنه لا يمكن أن نهيئ فرصة لأبنائنا وبناتنا الطلاب في ظل نزاع، في ظل طائفية، في ظل مذهبية، في ظل إقليمية. لا بد أن نهيئ هذا على ضوء العلم الشرعي الصحيح، ونعلمهم أيضا هذا قبل أن نعلمهم غير ذلك من العلوم. إذا لم يحصل هناك استقرار، أمن، طمأنينة، كيف أن يسود الاستقرار والأمن في المجتمع.
Thank you very much, sir, for that answer. Let me go back to Ahmed Bilal Sufi Saab. Earlier you were talking about the need to treat PAIGHAM Pakistan as a message, not as a legislation. So tell us what in your mind is the way to operationalize it, how to actually convey this message so that every Pakistani absorbs it and it becomes a part of their life.
I think there is a need to distribute it very simply, step one. Step two, small, it could be converted into small movies of few minutes each, maybe something is being done on that, which summarizes the context of this, the complex aspect of it in a more graphic form, in a more visual form, so people begin to understand the significance associated with that and the clarity which it brings to the position of an individual vis-a-vis the state itself. Then because the education has been devolved to the provincial governments under 18th Amendment, including the religious education, so this could be made part of the curriculum, if not the compulsory curriculum, then at least an optional curriculum. There are a lot of...
we are taught Islamiyat in school, right? And that is quite an important part of education. It is compulsory, but it is related to Islamiyat as well, is it not?
It is actually relating to the modern Islamiyat much more than the Islamiyat that we read. But the one that we read are fundamentals, basics, and some history.
Right.
I think now this should be part 2 of the Islamiyat syllabus that is going in.
So it is going to be compulsory then?
It should be compulsory.
Okay.
But where I am suggesting, for example, in law institutes, law colleges, universities, this could be something which could be offered as an optional taught course, because although it looks like a very small and a brief document, but behind this document is a serious research work which has gone in. Now people can explain that research, the approaches taken, the footnotes that have been mentioned in it, and explain it further. So I believe it could be a visual version, it could be a compulsory version at a provincial levels, and it could also be having an ownership by the political forces and the political entities which are there at various provinces. Apart from the fact in media, I mean, PAMRA could issue guidelines to amplify this as a preferential exposure over and above a lot of other things that we hear in media that we can easily dispense with, and this can take place where people can begin to identify where do they exactly belong.
So the first people to whom you should be communicating it is the media and the anchors. Am I right?
I think that is something that should be communicated to them, maybe in a even more organized, systematic fashion. PAMRA could hold a workshop of the anchors and the producers and amplify the significance of this document. They should be made to go through that, and then they are smart enough to project it adequately in their programs.
Right. Dr. Zia, if it is to be incorporated into syllabus, can you recommend any class level or any grade level where it should be incorporated? You cannot have the same document in every class, right?
Yeah.
So you have to incorporate at some level.
Thank you very much for this very important question. I would like to tell you that there was first phase, that was the articulation of Paighaam-e-Pakistan. And now we are in the second phase, that is the compliance and contribution to the society in accordance with the provisions of Paighaam-e-Pakistan. For that purpose, our Paighaam-e-Pakistan Center for Peace, Reconciliation and Reconstruction Studies has already taken many steps. We are collaborating with Higher Education Commission, and first of all what we have done is that we have prepared a course. This would be a bachelor level optional course that will be offered in all Pakistani universities, Pakistani state and society. Along with that, our scholars are working on the different books of Islamic studies and Pakistan studies from secondary school level, higher secondary school and university level, and they are working to suggest that where and in what shape the contents of Paighaam-e-Pakistan can make part and parcel of national curricula.
That's a very good answer, sir, but I wanted to have your opinion on which class does it suit.
I think it should be basically in a secondary, higher secondary level and bachelor level.
Right.
And in postgraduate section, in postgraduate we are also already working on it. Presently, as my brother has mentioned, we are lacking research-based literature on peace and reconciliation. So we are suggesting to the universities that at MS and PhD level there should be research for producing considerable academic work based on pure research that should contribute peace and reconciliation in our society. But we have to inculcate the peace among the children even from the school.
That is a very important point, because what if I had radicalized in class 8 and then I drop out of school? I'm not going to go to a university, so naturally there should be a question that is important. Romina Sahaba, coming back to you, what can the political class do in framing policies where such messages can reach everybody in the country? It is important because politicians actually decide. Even today, when we are talking, there is talk of new, money bill in the parliament. It is important to actually see who is going to bankroll it, who is going to make policy. How can politicians actually help?
Well, if you ask me about the politicians, I think they have to, and they are the main source, they are the main actors, they are the one who can play the very important significant role because they are the bridge among the people, because they come from the people, they are because of the people, and they are for them. So I think they are the ones who can play the more key role in that. And as we talk as you have earlier said about media, so I really want to tell over here that very recently we are going to have a media workshop in which we are trying to engage moreover the media anchors and the producers and the different channels, because it's very important. And then if you talk about the parliament and the politicians, yes, we are trying to engage moreover, as we know that as Mr. Sufi put a light on it, that after the 18th Amendment, so provinces are very much independent in their thing. So we are trying to engage moreover with the provinces as well, from where we can come up with the politicians from there, or the parliamentarians from the provinces, like MPAs and MNAs, the connectivity among them, that how we can reach through from the grassroots level. Because if you guys were talking about through academia or classes, you were saying, I don't believe that it's from the 8th standard. I believe as in the preschools we are trying to engage the students, the children, that in their curriculum there are so many things which we taught them. So I believe from their level, because the child is a blank paper, we are, as you guys are as we all are talking about the university and colleges level, over there the people become the minds have become very mature, and they can be easily, somehow the things are being done in different way. But I believe from the school, early education is also.
Can you recommend a level or standard where it can be?
Yes, I believe from why can't from the Montessori level we have to come up.
Montessori, it is a fairly complicated document. You have to understand,
Yes,
you have to
I
have
do
some...
understand. I worked on it.
No, no, you did. No, what I'm saying, as a reader, you have to understand the context, right?
Yes, yes.
And
It's
a child in Montessori might not be able to appreciate all
No.
the nuances that are...
I do agree with your thought, but I wanted to say in another way, like, you know, it has to be designed in a way, because we all know in the Montessori level, people are the teacher, because I myself am Montessori trained, I served as a Montessori teacher as well. There the flashcards mechanism, there is a storybook mechanism, there could be cartoons as well. Why can't we have that sort of a things? If we can talk about the Burqa Ranger girl and these sort of a things, and then Teen Bahadur, why can't we talk about this? Okay. And nowadays, I'm very proudly, I can say that the now child is not that type of a child which we used to be. Now children are more aware. If they know what the WhatsApp, how to do the Snapchat, they moreover know. And it should have to be that we can use the new technologies in which we can introduce our children, because I don't see that like after 4 or 5 years, maybe we are not that having capability in ourselves, but the child, because we are having the youth, and Pakistan is blessed with a huge youth bulge. So we have to engage, and not only engage the youth, we have to go to the grassroots level as well. So where we can engage moreover the people, the local bodies, the people, because politically I must say that things can go easily because people do listen, they do idolize even their political leaders as well. And then yes, and then another people, the religious scholars as well. So right. As if we talk about the international practices, we have seen that even in the Saudi Arabia as well, in different other countries, there are the written sermons do come over. So I think we can do that practice as well, and that can come from the parliament, because parliament, I believe, is the supreme, where it comes the legislation and where come the academia, when these both things going to be engaged. And that, as Mr. Zia mentioned, that research, yes, in anything, whatever legislation we have to bring, anything which we want, mechanism, research-based things always get the, I think, a huge number of a success.
Right. And who's going to?
Thank you.
Who's going to take it to the parliament, ma'am? Very quickly.
Well, I want to tell you that previously as well, we have done work on that, and it went in parliament previously as well. And this time again, we have almost...
We had debate in the parliament?
Yes, a sort of a debate on that.
We will celebrate the moment you actually bring it to the parliament. Let me
sure.
go to Amar Bilal Sufi Sahab first, and then I'm going to go to Professor Sahab as well. Amar Bilal Sufi Sahab, my next question is not about law. It is not about, even politics or policy. It is about something fundamental, human psychology. You have been a student of human, behavior as well. You have also presented on television. You have been into power corridors as well. Why is it that when something this important takes place, and something constructive, it doesn't actually organically start on its own? People have to push it forward. But when there is negative propaganda, for example, the radicalizing ideologies, we see nobody actually putting in any effort, and people start inhaling that propaganda immediately. What exactly is it?
I think it's difficult to answer your question, but your question is so well loaded in terms of the dichotomy that you see. That negative propaganda is immediately and instantly picked up, disseminated, and something as positive as this completely is off the radar of people, of media, and people like us and you who are there in media are talking in various forums. One reason perhaps is because this has shaken the foundation of lot of preconceived notions that we as individuals used to have. It is one of the most bold initiatives which has come out, which is completely unnerved. Lot of preconceived ideas that we had about religion, what we have been told, the speeches we have been hearing. This completely reverses that, and comes out with such a clear narrative, which is bold but needs to be backed up.
Yeah.
So I think there is no harm in putting right kind of force behind it, right kind of persuasion behind it, to present it. And I believe it is one of the finest works which has come out of the state of Pakistan, which not only is been you know, it's something we always assess the success of a state with reference to industry, with reference to price, with reference to balance sheet approach. This is an ideological balance sheet in which the state of Pakistan has scored so well and so ahead of all other countries, including the Muslim countries, that it is an outstanding performance in terms of ideological balance sheet of the state. So let's present it, let's support it, let's make it known to the people.
And there needs to be more effort to do it. I'm told that since we are pressed for time, I have to actually open the forum. But before that, one question for Professor Ahmed Yusuf Al-Darwish. Sir, the question is, what is the role of educational institutions in peace building and countering extremism in this country and elsewhere?
حقيقة كما نعلم أولا لابد أن نقرر أن المؤسسات التعليمية والجامعات هي محاضن للشباب أو لتحصين الشباب حقيقة، فهي يعني المكان والمقر لتحصين الشاب ضد أي أفكار دخيلة خلاف ما يعني نريده أو ما يريده الإسلام إن صح التعبير. من هنا أصبح للمؤسسات التعليمية دور كبير جدا، باعتبار أنها لما تكون هي المحضن لهؤلاء الشباب، وهي المكان التي تربي الشباب والشابات على العلم الشرعي الصحيح وعلى العمل الطيب وعلى الاستقامة. لابد إذن أن يكون لنا دور كجامعات وكليات ومعاهد، دور كبير جدا في محاربة الإرهاب. إذا نحن لم نستطع أن نحارب الإرهاب من داخل مؤسساتنا، أنا في نظري أنه لا يمكن أننا نقضي على الإرهاب، لأن الأغلب من يقع في الإرهاب يقع في الغلو والتطرف وفي الانحرافات هم من فئة الشباب، وأغلبهم من الملتحقين إما بجامعات أو بكليات أو بمعاهد. إذن يجب علينا أن نركز على الجانب الفكري، لابد أن نركز على الجانب الفكري. لا يكفي فقط أن نعلم تعليما، لابد أن نربي تربية. التربية هذه لابد أن تكون تربية صحيحة حقة، والتربية الصحيحة تنبني على تعاليم الإسلام الصحيح، أن نبعدهم، نحذرهم من الفتاوى الشاذة، نحذرهم من أن يتلبسوا بالتطرف، بالغلو، يعني الأفكار تؤدي بهم إلى القتل، إلى التدمير، إلى العمليات الانتحارية التي حقيقة هي ليست من الإسلام في شيء. أن نبعدهم ونعزلهم عن قرناء السوء ودعاة الضلالة وعن أصحاب الفتاوى الشاذة، أن نحذرهم من هذا الشيء. يعني لابد أن نعمل تحصين قوي جدا ونعزز في هؤلاء المبادئ الصحيحة حتى ننزع منهم المبادئ الغير صحيحة وغير سليمة. أما إذا نحن أهملنا الشباب وجعلناهم فقط المؤسساتنا التعليمية هي محاضن علمية ليست تربوية، حقيقة سيقع الشباب في الانحرافات. إذن دور المؤسسات العلمية كبير جدا في مكافحة الغلو والتطرف والإرهاب. نحن في الجامعة الإسلامية سلكنا ولنا جهود ولله الحمد والمنة منذ يعني سنوات طويلة في هذا المجال، في أن أولا نحرص على اختيار الأساتذة الأكفاء الذين يمتازون بالاعتدال وبالسماحة وباليسر، سواء كانوا أساتذة في الكليات الشرعية أو في غيرها من الكليات العلمية. نحن أيضا نختار الشاب ونتابعه. نحن أيضا نعمل برامج يومية أو شبه يومية موجهة للشباب لتحصينهم من الإرهاب، من الإفساد، من الغلو، من التطرف. نحن أيضا نعمل من خلال مجمع البحوث، من خلال معهد إقبال، من خلال أكاديمية الدعوة، أكاديمية الشريعة، المعهد العالي للفتوى، مراكزنا وأكاديمياتنا، نعمل دورات وبرامج وسيمينارات كلها يحضرها أبنائنا الطلاب وبناتنا الطالبات، كلها موجهة. نحن دائما لا نمل من معالجة الغلو والتطرف والإرهاب والإفساد وتحذير أبنائنا من ذلك، من تحصينهم سواء كان في مناهجنا مقرراتنا الدراسية أو في محاضراتنا أو في أيضا السيمينارات التي نقيمها والفعاليات والبرامج والأسابيع الثقافية، كلها تصب في هذا الإطار، وهو طور تحسين الشباب وتحذيرهم وبيان عاقبة ومآلات الإرهاب، والذي سببه الغلو ثم التطرف ثم إرهاب ثم تكفير ثم قتل وتدمير. كل هذه الأشياء لما نصل إلى الغلو والتطرف نصل إلى التكفير، لما نصل إلى التكفير نصل إلى الإرهاب، إذا وصلنا الإرهاب وصلنا إلى طبعا القتل والتدمير. هذا لابد أن نحصن الأبناء والبنات ضد هذه الأمور. ومن هنا دور الجامعات، دور المؤسسات التعليمية، دور كل المؤسسات سواء كانت دنيا أو عليا دور كبير جدا، يجب أن تركز جهودها في محاربة الإرهاب، في تحصين أبنائنا وبناتنا الشباب منذ الصغر، في إعدادهم وتنشئتهم نشأة صالحة نعزز فيهم حب الخير، الوطنية، الأحكام الإسلام والقرآن والسنة الصحيحة.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us open the forum for question answer session. Kindly, if you have a question to ask, kindly raise your hand. When you are identified, kindly identify yourself again, and then identify the person you are addressing or you are asking the question, and then ask your question as well. Please go ahead.
So my name is Faisal. I'm living in Egypt from last 20 years.
Right, sir.
Okay. My question from Mr. Sufi, that how can we make this Paighaam-e-Pakistan as a Muslim Ummah? And then the most important, that we should take this to the European and American universities like that, so we can change their concept about Pakistan, about real Islam.
I think I agree with you that Paighaam-e-Pakistan also we have limited it in a territorial sense as within the boundaries of Pakistan, but it's really a transnational message for Muslims, message for non-Muslims, giving assurance and at the same time inspiring. So if it is taken to foreign universities, think tanks, and venues of interfaith harmony, I think it will have a very positive response, and it will also create the sense that Muslims are tolerant. And as you may know, that I have been asked by the Prime Minister to work on the International Convention on Defamation of Religions. So that again gives a kickstart to this whole process, that we should make an effort to create more space of tolerance within the Islamic societies as well, and also honor everyone. So Paighaam-e-Pakistan dovetail with the reputation of the Islamic states and Muslims as a whole before the international community.
Next question, please kindly identify yourself.
My name is Ahmed Munir. I'm a faculty member at Islamic Research Institute. I have remained involved in this process of Paighaam-e-Pakistan from its inception to all these processes up to its English translation. My question is basically directed to both of you, the panelists, Mr. Ahmed Bilal Sufi and Madam Rumina Khurshid Alam. First, to Mr. Sufi, that Pakistan, its idea was given by lawyers. Iqbal was having the law degree. Then Pakistan was realized by lawyer. Quaid-e-Azam was a lawyer, right? And then Pakistan was taken care of by lawyers until now. So what do you see the role of legal fraternity, because you are at a distinguished place in your profession, that how this legal fraternity could play a significant role in propagating this Paighaam-e-Pakistan, because it cannot go to the legislation, it cannot go to the parliament unless it is properly well taken care of by the legal community. So my question is that how these two institutions, the legal institution and its players, the legal fraternity and the parliament, they both can join hands in bringing the Paighaam-e-Pakistan into limelight
and its
at a local
spirit
level.
essentially, right, sir?
I must first appreciate you You means any faculty member who has been associated with this process. I think it's a fantastic human effort at your individual level and collectively transformed.
I think we can clap on that as well.
Yes. So it's a clap for all the team members, including the president, I believe. His vision to stir this, to take this forward, this entire thing and develop it is a fantastic initiative again. Coming to legal community, you are spot on. The legal community in Pakistan has to take ownership. And I agree this is an area which is off the radar from PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan point of view. The Supreme Court Bar should hold an event for it, a conference on PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan, because it is upholding the Constitution of Pakistan. That's what it is really saying. That anything against, any voice against the Constitution, any voice against the Parliament of any non-state actor is unconstitutional, un-Islamic. So it is something where the Supreme Court of Pakistan should hold an international or at least a local event for the legal community, so that the legal community develops greater familiarity with it. Further, this should also be distributed amongst the judges. There are training institutions of judges. Judges should become more familiar. I remember giving talks to various judges who are conducting trials of terrorists. And when I explained some of these extracts of PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan and even the legal formulations associated with that, they are completely taken aback. This is something very new for them. And if they begin to embed some of these extracts into their judgments, you will develop a jurisprudence on the judicial side. So the prosecutors could also be handed this over. And above all, senior lawyers in the Supreme Court can bring them to the notice of the Supreme Court of Pakistan in anti-terrorism trials to explain the mindset, to explain the motivation, to explain the mens rea or associated issues, that this is what drives and this is the context in which this person has done what he has done. And if the Supreme Court of Pakistan begins to reflect it in its judgment, then yes, PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan will be judicially approved in a big way. So I think you've helped me made a good point. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Rumina Sahiba, your bit.
Well, of course, as I know you, we have worked together. I really want to answer the previous question as well, which you have said about the European countries or the American and other countries. While Rumina Khurshid Alam, which maybe most of the people you doesn't know that, I am proud to be a very much Pakistani. I believe that this country is for everyone. But I want to really say they have already adopted PAIGHAM-e-Pakistan. Because they are they are doing the practice of Quran, which is saying, because Quran is, if we talk about Islam, is a liberal religion, I always say. So I believe they're already practicing it. But yes, we have to come up with the softer image and with the proper positive image of Pakistan. So I believe Rumina Khurshid Alam, who is from the non-Muslim community, but more proud Pakistani rather than any other, because I always said that people who are living in Pakistan, yes, everything is not white or clear or blank, but yes, this country is very much free for everyone to go there wherever they want to go and worship. So it's our pride. I believe, as you mentioned, that so many lawyers, as Allama Iqbal and Quaid-e-Azam, and still lawyers, and you know that everybody's still scared from the lawyers as well now. But I believe the lawyers are still the very much important and strong component. But yes, I want to really appreciate over here the judiciary as well, because in the previous few, not too long, it's recently, we have seen how judiciary took a very strong initiative, very strong step. I must say that we should have all appreciate that very bold step that has been a great, great answer to those people who always want to manipulate, especially international community, which, as you have mentioned, to them that how Pakistan can take a stand. And I think where the people like you, like us, in our own individual capacity, we can come up. But yes, then again, it's all how we all independently and individually can bring more impact into it.
Right. On that very pithy argument and statement, I'm told that we have to conclude the program. We had to take more questions, but unfortunately, we have dearth of time. Thank you very much to the audience. You can clap for yourself. You have a very good audience. And let me then also thank Rumina Khurshid Alam Sahiba, Ahmad Bilal Sufi Sahab. Thank you very much for your being here. Professor Ahmad Yusuf Al Darwesh, thank you very much, sir, for being here as well. And Professor Dr. Mohammad Ziaul Haq Sahab, thank you very much for your participation also. Viewers, you have listened to our participants, you have listened to the questions that were raised as well. This is a discussion that tried to focus on narrative building in the country and the best way to fight extremism. The nub of the gist of the matter here is that when we are talking about these issues, such documents have to be living documents. They should not be reduced only to books and read only at times when we are in crisis. If we want to actually realize, if we are going to realize how much we have lost at the hands of extremism and terrorism, perhaps then we will be able to operationalize these documents. Everybody who knows, who can read, who can understand, who can see what losses we had to go through, essentially has to read this document, PAIGHAM Pakistan, and also try to convey the spirit of it. Otherwise, this country might be recovering from terrorism, but remember, it doesn't take that much time to fall prey to new demons or the old demons again. This was today's program. Thank you very much for watching us. Take care.